That's strength.
73 kilos, lifting 230.
Oh.
I reckon they'd need to go to the Guinness Book of Records.
Guinness. That's a horse race.
Guinness.
The Guinness. Coffee
I used to call it the
isn't
Guinness. It's a Guinness.
Guinness.
Guinness is bloody stout, mate. Guinness.
Maybe let's go with it. The Guinness record.
The Guinness. G'day, guys.
Hello.
Ninja and the body. Jace.
Oh, thanks, Ninja. Here we are.
He's back, and we're going to work on his wrist.
Why, Ninja?
Because it's a bit sore.
Bit sore.
He's been, it's overuse injury, I think.
I've been pretty good.
He's got a lot of grip strength. Picks up a lot of weights
Big
and stuff
deadlift,
like that.
yeah,
so
lots of deadlifting.
lots of deadlifts. What'd you do last night, Jace? How heavy?
230 kilos, Ninja. So a little PB.
Yeah,
so happy with that. Yeah.
What was the best ever?
Yeah. 225 was my previous best. So
Oh, you got it up.
Yeah.
And how much you weigh, roughly?
73 kilos.
73 kilos. So that's like 3 times body weight.
Yeah.
Over 3 times body weight. It's something I've never managed to do in my life. So good.
But yeah, had one crack at it and didn't get it. I moved it sort of this far off the ground and then had a reset and was like, all right, because I thought it felt pretty backy and that was getting it this far off. And then
really?
Yeah, someone filmed it. Oh, it just felt rounded.
Yeah.
And then looked and I was like, oh, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So then the next time I just sort of hyped up a bit more and got it done. So
Yeah. So would you just slap yourself around and
no, just
stiffen salts? Or?
told myself it was only 190.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because one of the other guys was saying like, oh, is there a thing where like if you just put it on and like don't know what the weight is, like, and then it might be a bit easier because you don't know what you're lifting. So, and then before I did it, I was like, it's only 190, isn't it?
Yeah, good tactic, man.
So yeah, because I didn't know the whole night what I was gonna aim for that, but I didn't know what I was gonna progress upwise. So I got 210. And then I was like, 220 might cook me. So I went straight from 210 to 230.
Really, yeah.
And then, didn't get it the first time and then got it about a minute later. So
A minute later.
yeah.
So you were still probably
It wasn't
cooked.
a big grind. That was the thing. The first one I sort of like got it, but then I didn't feel like I could get any further.
dropped
So I
it.
didn't waste too much energy on it.
Yeah.
So then I just had a quick reset and go again.
Yeah. How's that feel? Spot
In
there?
the wrist, that's
In the
all right.
wrist?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. One of my wrists has actually been a little bit sore with treatment.
Yeah.
Because it's just the angle that I sort of, sometimes when I use my thumb, if my wrist is in a certain position, it might actually be this one.
Yeah.
So you might be on the good spot here, Ninja.
That one there, feel a bit.
Yeah.
So so wrists, I suppose the common thing, you wouldn't know that you could treat it with bodywork. I don't know how people think you treat it. You got to have drugs and injections and
Anti-inflammatories.
exercise, I suppose, would be the main thing, and braces and things like that. But we've had a lot of success by clearing out the scar tissue and where it's blocked up and chasing the lines of tension. So it can be coming up from like all these muscles in the forearm and on the other side as well, pass through the wrist and into the hand. So you can start with these where the spots are in the joint, perhaps, and then if it's going into a tendon, you can kind of follow along that. So just going to do a comprehensive wrist treatment.
Yeah, in there feels pretty good, Ninja.
Yeah. So there's a knowing when you do the body work. We pin and hold things. You know when something feels beneficial. It's just sort of like an understanding you've got with your body, a relationship you've got with your body. It tells you when things are good and when things are dangerous and things like that. So you got to tune into that. And I suppose the more you're kind of in your body, the more you use your body, the more you discover about your body, don't you? But you got to actually lift some weights, do runs and swim and climb and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of
move as well.
Move is the number one thing.
Movement is medicine, Ninja.
That's right. Right on your back. So you're a constant reminder to move your body. So move it or lose it. It's kind of the thing. Moss doesn't grow on a rolling stone.
It's a good one, Ninja.
Yeah. So keep moving. Yeah. What was the other one? I think Einstein said. I think it was about balance is like riding a bicycle. You got to keep moving to keep balance.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just want to stay still. It's hard to balance on a bike. Yeah, something like that. So
maybe that's why I struggle at balancing exercise so much, because I'm trying to stand too still. I just need to get it done quicker, Leo.
Yeah. You jump on the
No
bike.
more balance challenges for us, Ninja.
Yeah, the old isometric sort of stuff. But I'm just going to go into your...
Yeah, that feels good up there.
Forearm. Are these extensors or flexors?
What do you reckon?
Well, I reckon they're extended.
Yeah, there you go. Good work, Ninja.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually coming into a really good spot.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the art of bodywork. But it's finding the spots, find it, fix it. But you can work with your person as well. So don't feel like you have to interpret precisely whatever you're feeling, because sometimes the interpretation can be off. You know, sometimes, that feels a solid bit. Oh, I don't feel nothing.
Yeah,
and other times it feels, it feels like, it's tender as fuck. So, just because something's solid doesn't mean it's
painful for them.
Yeah. Or it's damaged or dysfunctional, and just because it feels like good supple tissue doesn't mean it's not damaged and needs some healing and needs some help.
You feel a little flickers in there?
Yeah.
Feels like someone's clunking.
So a bit of flossing there.
Oh.
So I'm just going to push up. I'm going to feel like I'm right on that bone there too. So that's probably some build up in here from Jace.
In between those couple of bones.
Yeah.
Who would you be looking at your main clientele for wrist things, Ninja? You reckon it's more tradies, or is it more desk workers that are sitting still and working the mouse? What do you tend to see it in?
It's probably gym people, and probably jamming with a
shoulder press or a bench press. Or
these kind of dumbbell kind of things or whatever, with barbell. But maybe the people at the desk, maybe they've definitely got the overuse sort of stuff because they're doing the little fine movements. Yeah, I can't remember tradies coming in with the wrist.
Yeah, more elbow stuff probably, isn't it? With the big hammer, maybe. Not doing the little ones, are they? No. It's more the keyboard. It's probably the smaller wristy ones, and the tradies are probably more elbows, if anything. But just generally.
But even if you've had a fall, you kind of can get some scar tissue in your wrist or an old break. You can still you can work that kind of stuff. If it over scars and kind of solidifies up around the site where it's been damaged.
Especially like if you put in a cast, you're not moving those muscles for that period of time. So if you never actually truly get back and release those muscles once you're out of that brace, might even be years later.
Yep.
But,
how's that spot feel?
That's all right there. Not as bad as it was through the middle.
So let's go out the side a little bit. So I can kind of go over that bump all there.
Big bone?
The big bone.
Do you have that big bone, Ninja? Oh, you got a little one, but mine's always been quite pronounced.
Pronounced bone.
Yeah, on the wrist. See, this one's still got it as well.
Yeah. Means your watch won't fall off.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't fall off if I tried. It's always staying on, Ninja.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, no, that was just shaking it out.
Do you wear your watch when you're playing footy?
Nah.
You want a GPS tip? Put it in the back of your shirt?
Nah. I'm done, mate. I'm retired now.
Hyrux athlete.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Last time.
Went and watched on the weekend, so...
Yeah. Awesome. What were the people that were coming in at hour 10? What do they look like? They in shape?
I didn't see any of those ones. Nah, not live anyway. It's hard to track who's coming in where, because there's that many races going on at the same time. Like, some people have started and they're up to the 8th station, and then Alice's crew starts, so then you don't really know who's in whose event, really.
Yeah.
So...
How many minutes between waves or whatever?
I think they're normally 10.
10 minutes.
Yeah. But then depending on if they're changing categories, I don't know if they have to have longer to allow, make sure these people are well past, say, sled push, where the weights are going to be different.
Yeah.
Because you don't want this group catching up and they're going to be doing either heavier or lighter than they should be.
Yeah.
So
a move might go, there might be some pain just here, behind there, so we can kind of get in
if
close
there's
to the bone.
some lateral, medial deviation type of movements.
Yeah. So we like doing dynamic treatment on wrist too. So if you kind of got pain when you're in a push-up position or pushing like that, and there's pain, you can actually identify it when it's painful.
That's good, Nick.
Yeah. That's English.
That's good. You're doing well, mate.
The spot. Hit the spot. So. Work along there.
You also might use a bit of moxa on a wrist, Ninja.
Yeah, we've done that before. We've got a famous moxa video out there. But whenever I think wrist, I think moxa. I think I said that line in our video. Yeah. You know, the famous
Put
video.
it up here.
Get a few more people to watch it. It was a very well viewed. That's probably our last million
view video. Yeah,
I reckon. And we didn't think it was going to be at the time. We thought this would be another 500 view video. But yeah, no.
It took off.
It was hot.
Don't know why.
It was hot.
A bit of extra heat in there, you reckon, Ninja?
You'll have to watch the video to find out what we're talking about.
You were watching back a few videos the other day, the old 50k video we did.
Yeah.
Everyone's that was only up until 2019 though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those highlights. So
it's like 7 years
you having
ago.
a good laugh at some of them back in the day.
Yeah.
There's a few funny ones that we'd forgotten about ourselves.
Yeah, we didn't do too many standard treatment videos.
No, there was always a bit of obscure stuff.
Yeah.
Always had plenty of outtakes.
Yeah.
We don't get too many these days. We just sort of keep rolling with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Might have a bit of a go at you. Is it aponeurosis?
Aponeurosis?
Aponeurosis, your palmar aponeurosis.
All right.
I reckon it's sort of in here. This is aponeurosis. So aponeurosis is like a sheet of fascia.
Oh, good, Nick.
Connecting, isn't it?
That's really good.
Connecting. So this is his aponeurosis. We had a look over on the diagram before. He's had his aponeurosis where it would be. So if you're interested, Ninja's Obscure Anatomy.
Maybe you could do an aponeurosis. Just treat that in one session.
Yeah.
Treat all the aponeuroses.
People would be lining up for that, wouldn't they?
Well, you've got an ankle one, you've got a wrist one, obviously an elbow one, there's a head one. I'm sure there's a few other ones in there. So.
Yeah, the biggest one on the body is across your skull, isn't it? Top of your
you
head.
can do a big fucking skull drag. What do you reckon, guys? Let us know if you want Ninja to do an aponeurosis series or just one big treatment of it.
Yeah. Did I get you to do one?
Yeah, because you were trying to introduce it and go, James is going to treat it. I'm like, what?
Put you on the spot. I think that was pretty cool. So there you go. I think it was on my head,
That was
wasn't
the skull one, yeah.
So I thought, I've got no hair, no
Make it easier.
obstructions there. How's that?
It's all right. Yeah, not too bad. Ooh.
It's a bit of a crack
Crack
there.
the knuckles.
Whoa. But anyway, this is the way we treat a wrist.
Do you want to show them a little bit of dynamic, Ninja? Do you want me to sit up maybe and we can show them the next phase? So I'm going to either sit or stand. So
you just
see from there, and I'm like, I reckon there's a bit in here, Ninja.
Yeah, all right. So I'll get him to open it. And
start down here.
Yeah, start down there, and I'll see if I can keep that wedged in there. Oh, yeah, he's wanting to kick it out. So you can kind of...
So I might just start with little oscillations. And then we might start to actually go, oh, okay, now I'm getting into a push-up position. Yeah, that's where I feel it, Hinge.
Yeah. There you go. Be detailed.
Really, what if I lean over there and actually do a push-up?
One arm push-up.
Oh, can I do one, Leo? This might be a blooper reel. Does that count? I'm standing up.
Yeah, that's good. That's strength.
That's strength.
73 kilos, lifting 230.
Oh.
I reckon that'd need to go to the Guinness Book of Records.
Guineas. That's a horse race.
Guineas.
Guineas. Call me
I used to call it the
Guineas.
Guinness. It's a Guinness. Guinness is bloody stout, mate. Guineas.
Let's go with it. The Guinness record.
The Guinness Book of Records.
That's good news.
And then we can let him test it. How's that feel? You can see a big
Feels much better.
strength back. You can see how red it is, and where I've just got that big thumbprint there. And
so it'll be fine to get back to my
hammer it as much as you want now. So you're fine.
So if you struggle with hammering things, you reckon this is the treatment for you?
You got sore wrists, get some body work done. But get good body work done and work with your person. That's the key.
There it is. Thanks, Ninja.
Thank you.
See ya.